What's going on, guys? It is Larry MF White here, and I am so excited today to be here with Armen, the Real Estate Yogi. My man, how is it going over there?
Doing great, brother. How are you?
I'm doing well, and you're in Southern California, is that right?
That's right.
Very nice. We've chatted a few times here, and it's a really interesting to me how people end up in real estate. And you were telling me a story. You ended up in real estate by accident. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah. I mean, I've as far as real estate transactions, not as an agent, but just helping people out because of my background in business. I was involved in several deals. But a few years back, I've been in tech for 20 years. Started my own tech company back in '99. And a few years back, we started developing a real estate specific platform. And as part of that, I reached out to a local broker, got him on board, and they were doing some testing for us. But I kept finding that their time to get caught up and test things was a little slow for what we were used to in tech. So I kind of took a pause and started digging around, thinking what it'll take for us to start up our own real estate brokerage. Did that so we can run some of the tests, and then lo and behold, I found that I liked real estate a whole lot more than I liked tech. So I kind of started focusing on that. And January of this year, last month, I went full-time real estate.
Dang, congratulations, brother. So you burned the ship. You burned the ship. And so now this is the only way to go, right?
No going back. That's right.
A lot of people end up like they really enjoy real estate, right? But it's a really hard transition. We have 80% of real estate agents that don't make it 2 years in the business. So tell me, what was it that you love so much about real estate? Like what's the part that connected that you were like, man, I have to do this full time?
Like I said, my background is in business. Both my degrees, undergrad and graduate degrees, are in business. And over the years, especially when I started my yoga practice, I became known as kind of a deal maker. I would help people out in all sorts of deals that they were having, being known for coming to win-win solutions when people were having deadlock, thinking deals were dead. And that really translated well over to real estate, because a lot of times, as you know, especially when it comes to residential real estate, the biggest purchase people make. So there's a lot of heartache and headache involved when things seem to be dying out. So just being able to have people come to an agreement, and then seeing that relief on their face and seeing that happiness, that smile from ear to ear, I mean, that's golden. That's golden.
Yeah. So it's truly like to help people, right? Because you have some tech companies now that are playing off of how stressful this real estate is, right? Like, look, real estate shouldn't be stressful. Don't use an agent. Like, just come here. We make it easy, right? And people are going with that. And so it's our job as real estate professionals to take that away, to kind of bring that burden onto us and teach them how to kind of manage that. So I love that. So I know that you have a really big tech background. You're going full steam into real estate here, but this will be your first year like jumping all in. And so let's speak to the other new agents that are out there in the community. Like, what will your business plan look like? I would assume some sort of tech or some sort of social, but what will your plan look like to be able to build rapport, connection, and build your database?
Sure. While we were building that real estate tech, I was kind of the face of the company with the moniker the Real Estate Yogi, and that kind of transitioned over with the zen that some people say I bring to the real estate process. But as far as what I intend to do, I have my goal set at 15 sites this year, with 36 the next year. Our brokerage, in addition to me, already has one agent, and we have two in the process of onboarding.
Okay.
So it's full steam ahead, and social media is how I want to grow my business. Majority of that organic, and some of that being paid social media. But I think social media is the way to go, especially when you're building a personal brand such as the Real Estate Yogi.
And so what kind of things will you do on social media? Because a lot of people know that they should be, like everybody, right? From Tom Ferry to Mike Ferry, like everybody's like, guys, you got to get on social media. And they're like, what do I do? So what's going to be your plan of attack? Like, how are you going to add value to people on social media?
I'm doing a lot of writing, just in general. I love to read. And as an extension of that, my writing, I think I'm a fairly good writer. So I'm doing a lot of preparation and creating a lot of blog posts. But also I found that video is fun for me. So even though probably throughout this, I've been saying a lot of, but I'm kind of working on becoming a little more video friendly. So video and blog posts are the main route that I'm taking. The goal is just to create content. And so it's just a matter of creating things, getting out there and just doing more. Exactly.
And so for all of the agents that are out there that are taking a look at this, I want you just to kind of notice two things. You know, our real estate yogi here started with a business plan. That was first and foremost. He knows he needs to do 15 deals this year, 36 deals his next year, right? So he has a targeted plan or a goal, and then he's creating his social media plan in order to help achieve that goal. And just like Gary Vee says, like, kill them with content, right? Like, add as much value to where it's like, it's not even a question of who they do real estate with. It's just when they're going to do it with you at the end of the day, because you're the professional and you're the person that they want to work with. So that's beautiful, man. I love it. So you were actually coined the real estate yogi, right? It wasn't a self-made name or anything like that. What kind of yogi are you? There's all these different types. Like, tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. I think about 7 years ago, my wife and I were kind of thinking about doing yoga. We talked about it for a while, but then one day I decided, okay, let's get serious about this. So I started doing some research on yoga and found out there's so much information out there, so many different types of yoga. And as I was kind of, playing around or digging around, what I found was I came across this thing called Kundalini yoga, and it was the yoga of awareness. And the moment I read that, a light bulb went on, and I said, okay, this is the yoga for me, the yoga of awareness. I want to know what's going on and know more about myself. Yoga is what I teach. Amazing. It's been amazing.
And that's the yoga of awareness. Is that what you mentioned there? Okay, because a lot of folks like they'll relate, because I used to have this big beard. I'm super into yoga now, right? But there's so many different types, and tree pose, right? Like it's not the traditional type of yoga. What would you say the difference is between, you know, a traditional type of yoga and a Kundalini?
Sure. A lot of people, when they think of yoga, they think of, the first thing you hear is, I'm not flexible. And one thing my teacher once said is, listen, if flexibility was a measure for yoga, the circus would be full of yogis, but it's not. So Kundalini yoga, the closest thing I can relate to it is kind of calisthenics. There's a lot of movement involved. My personal practice and in general, Kundalini involves 3 parts: pranayama, which is breath work, the kriyas, which is the actual poses, some of which, tree pose, like you mentioned, downward dog, some of those are definitely involved in there, and then meditation. So it's kind of a holistic approach to yoga. It's not just one aspect of yoga. So for me, it's been, the breathing exercises, the actual physical exercises, and then the meditation, which has played, I would say, the biggest role in my personal life.
Now, the agents that work with you, your clients that work with you, do they generally mold and adapt to like your lifestyle at the end of the day?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times people will kind of take a look, and I said, don't let the beard, the jeans, and the t-shirt fool you. What I'm telling you is the experience and what's in my head. But if you're open to kind of seeing what I'm about, I think you'll get over the fact that I don't come to you with a fancy car and fancy clothes and a fancy watch. So give it a try and you'll like it. And I have yet to have anybody complain, telling me I'm too calm or I'm too patient with them, which I think is an extension of the yoga practice.
Very cool, man. Well, I love how you're just kind of putting it all together. You're embracing it. And I love the fact that you literally just burned your ship. So congratulations on that. If people want to do more with you, whether it's on the business side, whether it's on the Kundalini side of things, and they happen to be out in Southern California, how do they get in touch with you?
I'm all over social media, but I guess the shortest and simplest way to reach me would be the RE Yogi. So that's RE for real estate, the reyogi.com. And from there, you can connect with me either directly through the website or through the various social media channels, be it Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, the whole shebang.
It's never too late, right? Like you can always shift, but it's about taking some action in achieving whatever your goals are that are out there. And so, Armen, I greatly appreciate you joining us here today. And if there's anything that I can help you or your team members out with, and next time I'm in Southern California, like I definitely want to hook up for Kundalini. We talked about some other retreats and stuff there. And so I'm looking forward to see how our paths cross here in the future.
Yeah, don't threaten me with a good time.
And I will talk to you guys soon.